Riot Games just made a huge mistake with Yone, and trust me, this change is going to shake things up big time. In the next patch they're buffing his passive, and if you play Yone or even thinking about picking him up, you definitely need to hear this. So what exactly is this buff? Yone's passive, Way of the Hunter, which has been a core part of his kit, is getting a massive improvement. Previously his critical damage was reduced by 10%, but now that reduction is gone. That means his crits are going to hit harder than ever, and his overall damage output is going to skyrocket. Now let me remind you, Yone is already a strong champion. He's got insane mobility, big burst damage and high carry potential. But with this passive buff, Yone's damage is going to be off the charts. His crits are going to shred through enemies like it's nothing, making him a nightmare for squishy targets and bruisers alike. However, with this buff there's also a nerf, and this one might be frustrating for Yone mains. His E, Unbound, can no longer be buffered through CC. That means if you get stunned or rooted before you can snap back, you're stuck, and way more vulnerable. This makes him easier to punish in teamfights and forces Yone players to be extra careful with their engages. Still, even with this nerf, the passive buff is so strong that Yone's win rate is likely going to shoot up after this patch. He's going to be an even bigger menace in solo queue, and if you're not ready, you might find yourself getting run over by a Yone who feels more like an unstoppable crit machine. If you're looking for free LP next patch, this might just be your golden ticket. Abuse Yone before Riot realizes their mistake and nerfs him back down. This could be your chance to carry games with ease and climb the ranks. Now the community is divided on this. Some players think this buff was long overdue, especially for those who feel like Yone hasn't been hitting his full potential. On the other hand, a lot of players think that Riot just buffed an already broken champion who doesn't need any more power. So what do you think? Is this a good change that'll make Yone more fun to play, or is it just a disaster waiting to happen? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I can't wait to see what you all think about this huge buff.